It's a theft that a retired Toronto police officer says happens more commonly than we may even think. I'm Faiza Amin on Bloor near Mount Pleasant at the scene of an apparent dog theft. According to this woman, she claims her Pomeranian Shih Tzu was tied to this bench here. He was stolen along with his leash.
I couldn't believe that somebody would actually take my animal, take my pet, take my loving friend that's always with me.
Oh, that's a good boy.
It was a routine day for Stephanie Cooper and her sister when they went to grab a quick meal at the McDonald's in their neighborhood near Bloor and Mount Pleasant.
Hey, Kobe.
As usual, they were accompanied by Cooper's one-year-old Pomeranian Shih Tzu.
We took Kobe and we tied him up right here.
When she came out of the restaurant minutes later, she realized Kobe was no longer where she left him. She scoured the scene looking for her pooch and if anyone had surveillance video. A security attendant at a nearby building wouldn't let her see the footage, but she says what he described was a theft.
As mentioned by the security personnel, the person that had taken my dog walked right out as we were walking in, then made the move to go and sit beside him and pet him and coax him and then just untie him.
Usually in a case like that, again in the city, it's a case of crime of opportunity. They try to take the dog.
This retired Toronto police officer who now heads up a pet recovery business says stealing dogs happens more often than we think.
Wouldn't say it's epidemic, but it is very common, especially in the larger centers like Toronto. It's very similar to cars. If it's a high-end dog or a rare dog, they could sell for probably quite a bit of money.
Toronto police weren't able to provide us with how many dogs are stolen annually in the city, telling City News an access to information request must be made. Toronto Animal Services doesn't keep track of that data.
It's hard to put a number on it because the reporting is kind of sporadic. Even if possible, you might be able to get it through some type of public inquiry, but I very much doubt it.
In some cases, dog thefts aren't reported. McCormick, an officer of 30 years, says sometimes there's no evidence indicating that a pet was stolen in the first place, so it's assumed that it's missing. Toronto police do investigate dog thefts, and Cooper did file a report.
My greatest fear is never seeing my dog again, obviously.
Hi, Papa. Hi, babe.
Now the Toronto woman has taken to social media advocating for the safe return of her pet.
We walked through these doors right here.
She's also sharing her story as a cautionary tale to other dog owners.
Unfortunately, our dogs are just not safe. Even running a quick errand is just not safe, even in your own neighborhood where you feel like you're comfortable enough with the people that you see on a daily basis. Now, this story was sent to us from a City News viewer. If you see news in the making or have a story you'd like us to look into, here are all the ways you can get in touch with us.